What's up, Twintendo Nation? Thanks for tuning in as always. Hope you're having an awesome day. And in today's Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon video, I'm going to be talking about Volcanion. Yes, that's right, Volcanion, the Pokemon, well, the legendary Pokemon, that Pokemon itself refused to acknowledge it exists, even though we've known for a couple of years now that yes, Volcanion is actually a thing. So, I'm going to be talking about whether Volcanion will actually be in Super Mystery Dungeon. I'm going to be using facts and just opinions basically to form a discussion. This is a discussion video. It's not going to be based on concrete evidence, but you know, hopefully you guys will understand what I'm trying to put across in this video, that there are reasons to suggest why Volcanion will or will not be in Super Mystery Dungeon. So let's get straight into the video. So Volcanion is Pokedex number 721, which if you're an old Pokemon fan like me, like a Gen 1er, this is crazy that we now have 700 Pokemon. We've had some good and bad ones, you know, from first generation and onwards. But it's crazy to think there's 700 of them. We used to have 150 back in the day, well 151. And yeah, it's mind-blowing really. And I love every single generation, as I said in the last video. So obviously I'm not complaining. I'm not like a Gen 1er exclusive, don't worry. I love all generations pretty much. You know, some more than others. But basically what I'm saying is, Volcanion, it's crazy how far we've come. And basically, we know in Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon that they're including every single Pokemon in this game, which, if you're just a Pokemon fan like me who loves every generation, this game is going to be insane. And basically, it says that in basically every trailer we've seen, I think they want to get the point across, this is going to be a great game, that there's 720 Pokemon in the game, which is ridiculous. But we've got to point out 720, not 721, which is Volcanion's number. So, is that saying, oh, there's only going to be 720 Pokemon, or is it saying all 720 Pokemon we know so far are in the game? Like, it doesn't really rule out Volcanion, but at the end of the day, does it actually essentially rule it out by saying there's only 720? I think that's down to interpretation, or they're just saying that to maybe throw us off guard when Volcanion's maybe introduced into the game. But for me, the key evidence that Volcanion will be in the game actually doesn't come from the Super Mystery Dungeon trailers that we've seen. It actually comes from past Mystery Dungeon games and, you know, knowledge that we can acquire from that and maybe bring into this situation. So let's talk about Blue and Red Rescue Team, because that's, you know, the first Mystery Dungeon game. Let's get started there. So basically, this game was, well, basically it came out in Japan in 2005 and it came out in Europe and US 2006. Now the reason I bring this up is because by then, every single Hoenn Pokemon had been introduced. So we'd had our event Pokemon like Jirachi and Deoxys, and basically they were introduced to Mystery Dungeon as well. So that was fine, we had every single one, and a year after we had Diamond and Pearl. Now Explorers of Time and Darkness, not Sky in this situation, came out in 2008 in Europe and US, and 2007 in Japan. Now, again, I say this because actually there were quite a few Pokemon missing from that, and this includes the event Pokemon. So we had Darkrai because that was the first event, and that was out at the time because that was like a year after Diamond and Pearl had come out. And basically, so Darkrai was introduced, but we were missing Shaman, and Giratina's origin form wasn't in because Platinum hadn't come out. So Platinum then comes out, and then we get Giratina's origin form, Shaman and Sky Shaman, which makes sense because Platinum brought over those kind of new form changes, and just Shaman came out, you know, that year after. So Sky was introduced after Platinum, and those Pokemon were introduced, but there was one Pokemon that hadn't had an event and was missing, and that was Arceus or Arceus. I don't know how you pronounce that. I always said Arceus, but anyway. Basically, that wasn't in the game because the event hadn't come out. So you see where I'm going with this. Super Mystery Dungeon rolls along. We've had our Diancie event, we've had Hooper. Well, Hooper's coming out very soon, and, you know, it's out in Japan, and the game's coming out, you know, a couple of months after the event in Japan. So basically, we know Hooper's in the game, we know Diancie's going to be in the game, but Volcanion's event hasn't happened yet, and, you know, there's Pokemon Z or X and Y2 or whatever they're going to make, and we don't know if that's going to bring any new Pokemon or new form changes. We saw the green blob Pokemon, still don't have a name for that, and to be honest, like I said, they could be bringing anything into that game, so obviously they can't add that into Super Mystery Dungeon, which kind of makes me think Volcanion might not be introduced in this one because it hasn't had its event. And that's a bit of a shame because I can't see, you know, Spike Chunsoft making another Mystery Dungeon game like Sky unless the game sells very, very well. It could be like, I mean, what would you even name it? Like, Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon sounds like it's the best Mystery Dungeon game ever. Would you call it like Pokemon Super Duper Mystery Dungeon? That would be ridiculous. But and that would include Volcanion and the other Pokemon. But all I'm saying is that it looks unlikely. You never know until the game comes out, is all I can say for you guys who want to see Volcanion in the game. Personally, I do, because I think it's a waste to just miss one Pokemon. I mean, Volcanion could be like the main villain. I've actually talked about that in our last video, talking about, possibility of other Pokemon being the villains, and Volcanion would be possibly the last Pokemon you think of, just because they said there's going to be 720 Pokemon. I don't know. It's a discussion video, like I said, guys. So comment down below. Do you think Volcanion will be in Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon? My personal opinion, with all the past elements we've had in Mystery Dungeon games, I'm going to say no, but I'm hoping that Volcanion is in the game. So guys, thank you for watching this video. Hit subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, and there's just a mudkip on screen. I mean, you've got to subscribe for that already. And if you haven't seen our 2 previous videos, guys, they're going to be on screen now. So on the left hand side, it's kind of like a speculation / discussion video on the main villain and antagonist of Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon. I mentioned quite a few Pokemon. I didn't mention them all. There were quite a few I could have mentioned, like Arceus and Giratina. Didn't mention those. And definitely, if you haven't watched that video, check it out and comment down below on that video who you think the main villain is going to be. It's really fun to discuss about this kind of stuff. I'm surprised about a lot of YouTubers aren't covering this game like me. Honestly, they're missing out on a lot of amazing fans like you guys. So anyway, on the right hand side, you can check out the possibility of leaked characters for Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon. What I mean by leaked characters is that they showed a 3DS cover plate which had like the starters and the school teachers and classmates who are kind of main characters. He also showed some other Pokemon that we don't know anything about with like official artwork, so it could be that they have some kind of relevance to the plot. Who knows? I just made a little discussion video on that, so definitely check that out if you haven't seen it. And guys, that is it for the video. I'm uploading daily this week of Super Mystery Dungeon videos, so you guys are really in for a treat. So definitely even a more reason for you guys to subscribe. So I hope you enjoyed this video. As I said, have an awesome day, and I will see you in our next video.